for dreamers, but they won't be hard for me when all my dreams have gone as planned. And I can see who's falling down, and though they do not see me, I am reaching out my hands. Inside the train, out through the glass, my finger tracing, I see myself in every face that's racing past. On the train in Paris, half a mile from Sacré-Cœur, the city's waking up for me. And I can see what each of them has lost or locked inside, and suddenly I hold the key. I turn the lock and disappear, and all it takes is one more step, and then I'm here, just me behind the door. It isn't what I have, it's only what I have in store. What matters now is I am not afraid, as everything I'll ever need is here, and this is how my world gets made. They say times are hard for dreamers, and who knows, maybe they are. People seem stuck or lost at sea. And I might be a dreamer, but it's gotten me this far, and that is far enough for me. Look out my window, there's a view of other windows, my own museum full of paintings I look through, where everything is clear. It isn't where I am, it's only where I go from here. What matters now, the past can hold me fade, as everything I'll ever need is here. This is how my world gets made.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Midday Show. And that was Teach. Nice job.
Nice job, Abigail. Thank you. Very, very nice.
Abigail's first, is it your first live?
Yes. Yeah.
Grab your mic.
Your first live studio singing?
Yes, it is. I've never done anything like that before on account of the fact that I am not a singer.
That's amazing, because we thought you were like a trained singer when we heard you sing the first time.
Oh, I'm not. I'm self-trained.
How'd it feel?
Really nerve-wracking, but I feel like I did a pretty good job, so it feels good in hindsight.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
You had the courage to do it.
Yes, I did. The song itself helps because, you hear the lyrics. It's about, not being afraid to take that next step and live your own life. And so I don't know. Every time I felt myself getting choked up, it's okay, maybe pay attention to the lyrics that you're literally singing right now. You're not afraid.
What's that song from?
It's from Emily the Musical. Those lyrics were from the London version. It was on Broadway, but I'm not a huge fan of the Broadway production.
Incredible. So what did it feel like to be up there?
Scary.
Why?
I've never done anything like that before.
Well, you didn't know how to walk either when you came out of birth. You did that pretty well.
Okay, babies have no idea what's going on. They
Came out of birth.
I mean, it's the same difference. When you have talent, now you taught yourself, you said.
Mm-hmm.
This is all you. And you remember the lyrics to this song because obviously it means something to you.
Yes.
And why not let the world hear what you have to say?
Why not?
You guys know Baxton? You know Baxton. Heather, you know Baxton, right? Baxton came in here, and when he started singing, I wanted to throw him out. I thought there was something wrong with the kid. And he ended up 2 years later.
Incredible.
Incredible. And he sang every day. Every time we had a show, he used to come here and sing a piece.
Well, introduce yourself, who you are, and why you're here.
I'm Abigail Kaiser. I'm a senior at Florida Atlantic University. I'm studying multimedia studies with a concentration in film. And basically, I'm just trying to be a part of something and, be part of production, get a foot in the door.
Get a foot in the door.
Yes, that's what this opportunity is for me, or at least that's what it was. But honestly, I've only been here 2 weeks, and it's been so much more. I feel like I've done a lot that I haven't done before in just 2 weeks. So it's pretty awesome.
That's amazing because sometimes because you've been coming in later until this week, and then Andrea comes in later, and by the time you guys get here, we're thinking, what are we going to do with you? Because it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. But you're learning even at that late hour, which is amazing because just when you start thinking, wow, what are we going to do? You come in earlier and look at you go.
Wow.
And you've been a teacher for a few years.
Yes, 5 years.
And going to college at the same time.
Yes.
Not easy, but congratulations to you for getting through all of it.
Thank you.
And you live far also. So you've made the commute, you're working full time, you're going to school, and now you're here and graduating. So congratulations for all of that.
Thank you so much.
And you're going to be doing what this summer?
Doing this internship and working, possibly getting ready to move countries. That's still up in the air though.
Countries, yes. You want to teach in France, right?
Yes. If I get accepted into that program, I will be from October through April of 2027 teaching English.
Oh, 2027?
Yeah.
Oh, October of 26 through April of 27? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, she's going to get it.
I think so
Maybe
too.
get it.
No, she's going to get it. I know she's going to say it.
That's pretty exciting. And what do you want to learn in production?
I think I'd like to hone my skills as a director because I'm really interested in writing. And I think, it feels a bit like a pipe dream, but I'm going to pursue it anyway. I'd like to be a writer and a director. So I'd like to direct my own screenplays.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
It's just about reframing your perspective, right? Isn't that what we learned this morning?
I think that the object of the game is you don't really know what you're good at until you fail at everything.
I don't think it's failure. I just think it's a new learning
Until you
opportunity.
try everything.
There you go.
Okay, you got me. Until you try everything, and then you find out what you like to do. If you're a writer, you ever thought about writing a play? Because I know you wrote, we're going to see a movie that you wrote today as well.
I was thinking about writing a play on the car ride over here.
She thinks when she drives.
What kind of play? What kind of play?
I have no idea, but I was just thinking about, Freddie and I were discussing yesterday and a couple days before that about how when you write a screenplay, it goes through so many changes, and then a lot of times actors don't even use your dialogue, they come up with their own, and that's great for the actors on film, but it's my understanding that in theater, you say the lines that you're given, and so I feel like that would work better for me because I like my dialogue, I think I'm really good at dialogue, and so you're gonna say it. You're gonna say it.
I think she should write some dialogue for us.
Well, she saw that I can't,
Remember
for
lines?
whatever reason, I can't remember lines. So I make up half the lines. And then I get into an argument with the director because she says, that's not the line. So they have other people say the lines that I'm supposed to say, and I make up stuff as we go along. So it's always fun.
Can you imagine if we actually had a script on what we do?
I wouldn't know what to do with it. We did a commercial one time. You put all the words around here, and I put
That is
glasses
true.
on to read it. And I says, I'm not doing that.
That is true.
So we changed it.
But that was awesome.
Thank you.
And tell us about the movie we're going to see later today.
Okay, so it's a bit of a commentary piece. I find myself increasingly frustrated by the prevalence of pop psychology entering the common lexicon and people using psychological terms that they don't understand. And we see it especially with disorders like narcissistic personality disorder. Suddenly everyone who's ever been slightly mean to someone is a narcissist and is then worthy of like immeasurable scorn. And so I guess I was just in my feels one day about it, and the next thing I knew I had an entire short film script about it. So I wrote it, and then I got my friends together. I enlisted my younger sister, Annie Kaiser, and we filmed it. And I had to shout her out. I heard someone laugh, okay? Like, Annie Kaiser, she's my little sister. She's really good at acting. Everyone should hire her.
How old is she?
She's 21. But yeah, it was a bit of a passion project. It taught me a lot about directing. It showed me what I don't know, you know? It taught me, but it also like revealed my blind spots. And so I'd like to work on more projects like that so I can continue to grow.
You should be a psych major.
I have a degree in psychology.
I can see that.
Yeah, just an associate's degree.
She uses Heather's words.
And we're gonna watch that in a little bit. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing. What's a lexicon?
Lexicon is like the common vernacular that like people say. So my lexicon is like the vocab words that go in that I say on a daily basis.
The common
That's
people.
my lexicon.
You guys have a lexicon?
We all have lexicons.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Sophia has a lexicon?
Yes.
Is it like a leprechaun?
What's your lexicon? Sophia, we're blue. I feel like we look like Smurfs.
I'm holding my breath.
There's like a little blue tinge to us. You have a lexicon, Heather?
I'm sorry, repeat everything?
A lexicon.
Do you know what a lexicon is?
What's that?
Okay. You
A
don't have.
lexicon is the repertoire of like the vocabulary you have inside your brain, right? And so it's the way that you speak, the things that you say, the words that you use.
Yours and mine are very
Everyone
different.
has that, so you're asking me what mine is?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
Better. Thank you.
I guess that's your
We're
leprechaun.
not blue anymore. Thank you.
Your leprechaun is green or blue.
Lexicon, I know.
How do you describe what your lexicon is?
Yours has a lot of the F word in it. Your lexicon
And
is a
yours
lot
has
of
a lot of
cursing.
sprinkle dust in it.
I know. Yours is a lot. I know, but I guess
know.
it's like the essence
Everything
of who
you know.
It must be the essence of who you are, because your vocabulary
How-
is the
what is
essence
your
of who
lexicon?
you are.
I feel like my lexicon, like, it really, I really hope I'm saying the word correctly. Wouldn't it be so crazy if I'm, like, not having the pronunciation?
It's probably leprechaun, but go
No,
ahead.
no, not the pronunciation. Would it be crazy if
The
I
meaning?
don't have the definition correct?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, you're a teacher, so we believe you.
No, okay, I like to say that mine swings between brain rot speak and, like, some attempt at, like, an educated individual. Like,
Brain rot and educated. Wow,
yeah,
that's a major
brain
difference.
rot, 6 7.
Lexicon definition.
I mean, I say locanually a lot, so.
You-
Locanually.
You say what? You s-
Locanually. Yeah.
I've never heard you say that.
Oh, I say it a lot.
I've never heard you say. You must say this out your head.
No, I think everyone.
Low key what? Pendulum?
Locanually.
I have never heard you say that word.
I heard her
Ever.
say to Jay. Okay, a lexicon is the complete set of vocabulary words, phrases, and terminology used in a specific language by a particular person or within a specific field of study.
There
Even
we
the-
go. I
Even
should've
the
thought myself.
explanation
It can
is,
also refer to a dictionary or word book, especially for ancient languages.
that's it.
like
That's
Greek
me. I
or
speak
Hebrew.
ancient language.
Say something,
Etymology. Interesting.
something in Latin.
There you
In
go.
Latin?
Yeah.
I only know Spanish. Is that
You
Latin?
just said you speak ancient languages.
Oh,
Origin of the word is the word book from French lexicon or directly from modern Latin lexicon. From Greek lexicon, it's a word book. So now it's become the phrase, a way of speech, the diction, style. Wow, interesting. And how to say things. To collect, to gather information and a language. Got that?
No.
Yours is like lexicon from the Bronx.
Which is what, the curse word?
No, which is just who you are. It's just your lexicon, your language has to be part of your being and your upbringing because that's the language that
I
you
don't
use.
even know what the hell you're talking about. I'm so confused.
Well, I'm gonna.
Culture shines through the way that you speak. Like, for example, in South Florida, we say the word jit. So you could say that the word jit is
You-
one of
you
the
taught
South
me that
Florida lexicon.
yesterday.
I
Is that
did.
like legit?
No.
Did you
it's
know
like,
that?
It's like a word for like a younger person who's a little bit.
Because I had a different word which I can't pronounce.
Wow.
Because she called me another word, so we were trading back words, and she came up with jit.
Interesting.
Legit.
Interesting.
I mean, a legit person in this place. I look in
Interesting.
that corner over there, no legitimacy whatsoever.
Wow. All right, so we're going to watch your film. We're going to see what her lexicon is on the short film of narcissism and psychology, which will be really interesting because, yes, people throw the word narcissistic all over the place.
Everywhere.
And they mostly refer to it as men in bad relationships.
And
So-
that isn't fair, so we're going to put an end to that too.
Correct.
I think it's fair. I feel like the term that they're looking for usually is misogynist.
That's
It has
what
something to do with
It's not
misogynist.
It's not narcissistic traits. It's just sometimes men are a little sexist towards their partners. And so people have changed that into narcissism. And so it distracts from the actual problem.
Wow, that's a good definition and confusion.
you should be a therapist.
Oh,
I think
I
you
love
are a
that.
therapist.
You could be a therapist.
my oldest sister is a therapist.
Really? You should be a therapist.
I don't want to be a therapist.
Get a license. I think everybody here
I feel
could
like
use
I'd
it.
be bad at being a therapist. My advice would be like, leave him.
Wow.
All right.
All right, should we see
On that note, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society in the house. It's Tuesday on the 1 o'clock hour. I hear there's like a micro moon coming on Friday, and May has 2 full moons. So we're going to find out on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Finding the world's best coffee. Nothing can stop Don Pablo from getting you the rarest coffees. Traveling across continents, climbing the highest mountains, overcoming immense obstacles, all for the quest of greatness. Experience this excitement with every sip.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by 2 friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Looking for a night out that actually gives back? AMP Media Futures Foundation presents Caps Off for a Cause. Join us at Crazy Uncle Mike's. Enjoy drinks, light bites, live entertainment, and real connection. May 12th, 5 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets are just $36 donation. Spots are limited, so grab yours now. Sponsor opportunities are available.
Looking for music that brings back the memories? True Oldies FLA is South Florida's premier destination for timeless hits from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Brought to you by M2 TV Network. Broadcasting across multiple FM and HD stations, including 95.3 FM in Delray Beach and Boca Raton, 95.9 FM in Palm Beach County, 96.9 FM in Broward County and North Miami-Dade, and 106.9 FM on the Treasure Coast. True Oldies, FLA. Feel good music that spans generations.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Okay, we're back, and that, by the way, that singing venue by teachers brought to you by
AMP Media Futures Foundation. So we're going to be at Crazy Uncle Mike's on May 12th from 5 to 7:30. Coming out and support the interns, and everything that Abigal said is what we hope that all the interns get to enjoy as being part of the studio, being part of the production house, being part of the foundation, about raising money for them for equipment, for software, for stipends, for gas money. Every little bit helps, even as little as $20. A ticket to the event is $36. It's at Crazy Uncle Mike's. It's a graduation-themed event, so come on out, support the crew, see the graduates, and hopefully some of the graduates are even going to be staying here through the summer. Abigail's going to be here for the summer. Brooklyn's going to be here through the summer. Who else is graduating?
Me.
You're
I'm gonna be here for the
graduating?
summer.
Nicole is not graduating. We have a few graduates, and they're still going to be hanging out with us because it's not easy right now to be getting a job in any field, let alone in the field of production. So as Abigail said, she gets her foot in the door, she gets to network, learn new skills, and hopefully have some fun in the meantime.
And this little box here is how you take a picture of this, get your tickets. I just want you to know, Abigail did not want to sing. I asked her relentlessly, and she gave in, and she actually did a nice job because I bet her that she could, and she did it. So
scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen, right there. Get your ticket, and if you don't want to get a ticket, you just want to donate, there's an option that says, just a donation, please. So we thank you all in advance for your support. It's 2 weeks away from today, and the date was particularly chosen by Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society. So we're going to chit-chat with Helen, but let's roll her intro first. And there she is. Welcome, Helen.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, and I hope you'll all be at the fundraiser. Since I'm the one that chose the date, we have to make it successful.
Exactly. See, your camera looks fantastic. Nice job, you guys, on the color and the lighting on that. All right, Helen, I saw this morning that Friday is like a micro moon.
Friday is a full moon.
But is it smaller than a typical full moon?
I don't know about that. That's astronomy, but all I
Okay.
know is the moon will be in Scorpio. It'll be opposite the sun, and Mercury will enter Taurus. So those two will be opposite the moon, and they're all going to be in wonderful aspect to Jupiter in Cancer, so everything should be smooth, especially when it comes to romance and getting the home in order.
starting Friday. Is there a particular time? Like, is it at 6 a.m., 12 a.m.?
Are you going on a date?
I want to know the moment it happens so I could say, there it is.
I think it's later in the day.
Later in the day?
But
Okay.
you know, the influence starts coming in as soon as the moon changes signs to Scorpio, which is going to be on Thursday.
Gotcha.
Now, last Friday you said there was going to be a change, that we were able to push forward and do some things. What did things move into? Gemini, I think? Something moved?
Venus and Venus and Uranus have moved into Gemini. So as I told you, with Uranus moving into Gemini, that all the scandals were going to come out, that there was no more secrets, and that broadcasting, journalism, transportation, and all that, we're going to see a lot of improvements and modernizations. The thing I'm concerned about is this Uranus in Gemini is a 7-year cycle. And so I was kind of worried about the president because he is a Gemini and he has the moon in Sagittarius. So that's a full moon. So over the next 7 years, I'm worried that he'll be safe. I hope he'll be extra careful and that the security will be ramped up in order to meet the challenges that we have.
Well, you saw what happened
Over the next 7 years.
a couple of days
that
ago.
happened exactly as Uranus went into Gemini.
And it made no sense how that happened. It's like this guy's a walking zombie and decided to get caught. I mean, all he did was run with guns. He made a point. He showed a point. And then threw himself on the ground.
So, as with all the other shooters, they were all between 27 and 32 years of age, which is a Saturn cycle.
Oh, jeez.
So when people go into their Saturn cycle, which is when Saturn returns to the place where it was when you were born, it's a 28 to 32 year cycle that it takes to go around the zodiac. So people change. People feel alienated, isolated. Their life is no longer what they thought it was going to be. It's a maturing cycle. So they're either going to step up and become more mature and think more of long-term goals and solidify relationships, some of which are falling away. And so they have to, it's like self-introspection, and some people just go nuts. They just decide that life isn't worth living, or they get so motivated for their cause that they go out of their way to promote it, for good or for bad.
I got to ask you two questions. Number one, does it surprise you that this happened at this time? And number two, they took 5 shots at this guy and shot each other. One cop got shot by another cop's bullet. This guy, nothing happened to him. I mean, how do you explain something like that?
You don't explain it. Uranus is unpredictable.
Oh.
It can't be explained. It's like the volcanoes. It's like the earthquakes. They happen suddenly. Now we have a lot of wind events, tornadoes, and we'll have hurricanes in the summer. And it's like the lottery. It's like those numbers. You can't predict them.
It just happened.
It just happens.
But you think things are going to get better for communication, technology?
I think what happened, as far as all the journalists are concerned, they were all in that room, and they all had to come to terms with what they've been doing on the air. Some have been, presenting the news and being honest reporters, and others have not. And so now they've all had a wake-up call as to what it's really like to be in danger. So hopefully things will improve, journalism will improve, it'll be more honest, it'll be more open, and yes, there'll be new technology and new methods and a lot of changes for the better for journalism, broadcasting, communications, travel, and community affairs.
I think, making fun of or just not reporting it correctly to make fun of because you don't like Trump or you don't like his policies, you don't like the administration, the whole nine. I think accountability has to come and play here because you're putting people's lives in even more danger. The crazies are going to be crazier because they're hearing what you're reporting, and because you're supposed to be responsible, CBS, NBC, ABC, those guys, they're going to listen to what you have to say. So you have to sort of understand that when you put gasoline on a fire, it's going to explode. So accountability, you're 100% right. They're all in that room. And you saw what he did to O'Donnell. He called it straight to her face. Why would you read that on the air? She shouldn't have read it. Again, accountability is important. Not that you have to agree with anything or anything the administration believes in, but accountability should be fair for everybody.
Sure. So, Uranus in Gemini is going to bring everything out. The other thing with Gemini is it's a very communicative sign. It's a very social sign. It's a social butterfly. It flits around, and it also rules a person, jack of all trades and master of none. That's a Gemini. But it's a dual-bodied sign. They are the twins, so it's both positive and negative. The positive sign is the ability to communicate. It's good for writing. It's a great time to upgrade your resume, upgrade your career, maybe have a side hustle, which is a product or service or idea, maybe a book that you're writing that's uniquely you and will be accepted because people are open-minded in Gemini and they receive new ideas with emphasis and appreciate it. The negative side of Gemini is that they are gossips. So you have to be careful what you say about people. You have to be careful what you write and make sure it's positive and not degrading anyone or anything. Just keep it up and up. And so whatever you write, if it's negative, if you're bad-mouthing somebody, it's going to come home. They're going to find out about it, and you're not going to be able to have any secrets.
Good stuff.
Okay.
So Mercury will be going into Taurus. Taurus is a financial sign. It's also the sign of my home is my castle, and it's also the sign of the Epicurean and the gourmet. It's also the sign of fashion and art because it's ruled by Venus. So all these things are positive. If we're involved in those industries, we can create and promote them. And it's a good time for a makeover, not only for yourself personally, your health, but also your finances. Taurus is the sign of finances. The CPA, the stock market, is under Taurus. And Taurus is also Mother Earth. So it's no accident that Earth Day was under the sign of Taurus. So it's a good time for home improvement, self-improvement, and financial improvement.
Good times.
I've got 4 birthdays in my family in the next 7 days. Is that crazy? It's like everyone's a Taurus.
I think that families run along the same signs. Sometimes, you know, one of the parents and one of the siblings are the same sign, or the children are the same sign. So, you know, it's like an interwoven karma, so that they all get along and understand each other and have connections from, who knows, maybe past lives.
It's interesting.
It is. That's because everybody decided to get busy at the same time.
I know, today's my sister's birthday, Friday is Chuck's, the 3rd is Leah's, and the 5th is Chelsea's.
You're surrounded by Taurus.
I'm surrounded by Taurus.
My ex-wife is a
Dependable
Taurus.
people.
But they all have different personalities, so does it matter like what rising sign or?
Yeah, this rising sign, the moon sign, where's their Mars, where's their Jupiter, you know, it's a combination of the planets, 10 of them, that repeat only once every 25,920 years.
Wow.
So while the sun is in Taurus every time this year, and they were born during that time, their personalities are different because of the influences of the other planets.
Well, they all are pretty stubborn and headstrong, that I must
Stubborn
say.
and headstrong and have a tendency to double down and get into a rut, even though Uranus has been in Taurus for 7 years, so they've all learned that they can't stay in the rut. They have to be more flexible. They have to be more outgoing. Otherwise, they're going to start going backwards. They have to move ahead. Gemini is going to force them to move ahead. And it's also going to increase the ability for them to earn money. They'll have new ideas, new inventions, and new financial structures that will help them increase their income.
Okay.
Now, the other thing we have going on is today and tomorrow, we have the moon in Libra. So Libra is the sign of partnership, both business and romantic and marriage. It's also the sign of the law and legal matters. So all of these are in focus right now. But because we have Saturn and Neptune and Mars all opposite Libra, there's concessions that have to be made. And the cooperation and diplomacy is not happening because everybody has a different goal, a different direction, and coming together in the middle is going to be very, very difficult because Saturn and Neptune are heavyweight planets, and they kind of force issues. They want to dominate. Their idea is the better idea, and so sometimes Libra gets lost in the balance and has to just kind of assert themselves or assert their point of view in order to force the other side to come to the middle, which is what's happening now with negotiations.
Okay.
Interesting. And how do you think that's going to end up?
I don't know, that's hard to predict, but
Because I don't see an opening in these negotiations anywhere. Neither side is willing to budge.
neither side is going to budge. Mars, I didn't look to see when Mars is going to be moving into Taurus, but once it moves into Taurus, then things should start solidifying. I don't know if we'll have to go into another kinetic war, but that might be what it takes. Since Israel is ruled by Mars, by Taurus, when Mars goes into Taurus, that will be their final battle. But mostly, peace has come to their country for the most part. They're just, going through the last little bits of trying to get everything together, but at least they're negotiating with people. They're communicating with their neighbors, which they didn't do before. So the Uranus is out of Taurus, so things should start being more peaceful in Israel.
Well, I think that this situation has changed. There was a reason why allegedly we went in. Now we're caught in the abyss because of the oil. You can never have a war about oil because the ones that have it are the ones that own it. And they're going to dictate the rules to the game. And here we come along to change the rules to the game. So my problem with this whole thing is which page is going to be taken out of somewhere to end this conflict, because you're not going to end it the way it is right now. It makes no sense. Now you got the Chinese, you got the Russians, everybody getting involved in this thing because everybody needs the oil. So what do you do?
We've been held hostage by the oil in the Middle East since the 70s.
I remember.
And it's time for that to end.
But you're not going to end it. Because you don't own it.
I think the reason it's in emphasis right now is because as Saturn has moved to Neptune, which rules the oil, Saturn has restricted the oil. Saturn, has the rings, so it's always limiting and restricting. And Mars has moved to Saturn, so that has exploded everything. But I think Mars is going to move off. Saturn is going to slowly move off Neptune, and so the situation will resolve itself.
Well, I tell you, they're going to have to look at some other way of, when you don't own something, you can't restrict it, which is really strange, the way this whole thing has changed.
And it's changing even more because now the UAE has decided it's not going to be part of OPEC anymore. And OPEC, especially in the 70s, when
they were the players.
Decided to increase oil production, then they decreased oil production and held the world hostage. So all of that is exploding and changing.
Well, you had predicted that the evil empire was going to come forward. And I think that that's happened. And you look at the countries that want that oil for different reasons, the Chinese, the Russians, North Korea. So now Saudi Arabia is thinking about bringing a different way of getting the oil out and not using the strait anymore. And again, it leaves Iran on an island. The problem I'm having with all this is that there's so much dependency with the people that you say are coming forward, these empires that have to change. I mean, Russia's in disarray. Then what happens? Because these guys aren't going to go away without a fight. They're not going to say, okay, you do what you want. They're not going to do that. Just not common sense to try to back out of the situation that we have put ourselves in, that we didn't need to. We went in one way, and now we're coming out another. So what happens?
Well, it's about time that things change. I mean, we have oil here, and people are coming to get oil here, which they never did before.
True that.
They're coming through the Panama Canal.
True that.
And as I said, we're going to be in a positive financial year, which we've been getting better and better and have more and more oil and money coming in with the Jupiter in Cancer. So everybody's going to you're right, everybody has to change, and we can no longer be held hostage by the Middle East. But I heard a report today that Iran is trying to ship oil through the trains to Russia.
Yeah, the North Koreans came up with that idea.
Yeah.
It just boggles the mind. You know that they're going to try to get out the oil. They're trying to get it out to the countries that need it. And all these countries that want it are not on our side. And again, you said that the evil empires are there's going to be a focus on them. And they have. And China is just as bad as Russia. They just do it a different way. I don't want to be the police of the world, because what's going to end up happening is going to hurt us in the long run. How do you get out of this situation is the problem. We put our foot in it, and we can't get out, because if we get out, then all those nations that depended on us are going to say, oh, you backstabbed us. You understand? There's no win here.
I think the war is going to start again once Mars goes into Taurus.
I agree.
Which is Friday?
No, not Friday. That's Mercury in Taurus.
I agree with you, Helen. I see the war starting again, too, which is really sad.
How about some good news? Relationships or summer, something for these kids to look forward to? Look at them. Look at those faces.
Well,
all of them.
Taurus is positive with Jupiter in Cancer, so yes, things are going to move ahead. But these kids that work here, this is all a Gemini influence. So Uranus in Gemini is the more original, the more creative. The ideas will flow. It's a sign of multitasking, so they're going to grow. And the industry is going to grow, communications are going to grow, people are going to do more and more of their own broadcasts, their own ideas, and they should start groups and teach people how to do things in broadcasting and journalism, because that's the direction. It's also a good time to write. Write a novel, write a technical book, teach, get more education, get more knowledge, improve your abilities so that you can move ahead in the academic or career world as you want to. So it's time to expand your horizons.
That's good
and Uranus
news.
is going to force you into it. The environment is going to force you into it, because you're going to want to take advantage of the new opportunities that are coming up that's based on the new technologies that we don't know about yet that are going to be happening.
Military, what sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
And you're a Leo too. Well, you got a bunch of Leos in here.
We got a bunch of Leos. Probably they got planets in Virgo. But Leo is going into the once in 12-year lucky cycle when Jupiter enters Leo at the end of June. So then you'll have a whole year where you'll have opportunities to expand. You may get married. You may have a family. So it's good for relationships. It's good for improvement in health. The only thing bad about when Jupiter goes into your sign, you have a tendency to have weight issues.
Wow.
So,
Well,
yeah,
that from a
most
sign.
people have a tendency to gain weight. Some people will have a tendency to lose weight. So whatever you need health-wise in that direction, you should work on now to improve so that when Jupiter goes into Leo, you won't have the negative results of that influence.
Very cool. I always said that Sophia was going to be married within a year. Hey, Cinderella, what sign are you?
She's locked in.
What sign are you?
Sagittarius.
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 Oh, Sagittarius. Like my sister.
Sagittarius is like, Sagittarius doesn't want to be settled down. They don't like a routine. Home is where I hang my hat. They're a very generous sign. They're a very friendly sign. They have a lot of friends. They're a very philosophic sign and also religious because Sagittarius rules the clergy. But Sagittarius is going to have a lot more opportunities and going to meet a lot of new people. The thing that Sagittarius has to be careful of is you have to choose your friends wisely. While you like quirky things and you like unusual people and maybe people who are a little offbeat, you have to be careful that they don't lead you astray.
There you go. You're going back to Chicago, right? So you hear what she's telling you.
And you have to temper your generosity and only be generous to those who really, really deserve it.
Very cool.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that Uranus in Gemini is going to cause is a more nervous tension because it's going to make the energies just like ping pong balls, all over the place, hitting the walls, hitting the ceiling. So you constantly have to learn to relax, to control the energies, to focus and not try to be everywhere at once, and to control how much you actually commit to in terms of what you'll do. So you have to learn to focus and limit your environment and your actions so that you can handle them and not get nervous tension.
It's National Superhero Day. Release that anxiety.
I'm anxiety.
And that nervous tension. You and I feed off of each other. Ping pong one way, energy's all over the place.
There's things happening all over the place.
Yeah, so Pisces is influenced by this Uranus in Gemini.
It's killing me. It's killing me, Helen. Killing me.
So you have to make changes in the neighborhood, in the work environment, in the home environment. You have to learn how to integrate all those so that you can relax.
One way to the moon, Alice. One way. Relax. What is that?
But you're happier now because Saturn and Neptune have exited Pisces, which they were in for a while. And so you learned and you grew and you got experience. So now you need to have confidence and you have to avoid worry and fretting and being anxious and just be confident and move ahead. You're no longer restrained the way you were.
Oh. Okay.
Just keep going.
Let's just keep going. You gotta know where you at. You gotta avoid the sharks.
And you gotta prepare for changes. Things can happen suddenly.
I'm gonna tell you, you ain't lying. This is like turn on a dime. Things are like one day one thing, and the next day is another. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, that's because of the Uranus into Gemini.
Well, get rid of it. How do we get rid of that?
We don't. It's in there for 7 years, so we have to learn how to live with it.
Wow, 7 years.
Take advantage of it and expand because of it.
7 years? That'll make me 70.
years.
I ain't got that time. What's the matter with you? 7 years.
It'll fly by.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that.
It's a lot more positive than it was in Taurus,
Yes, it feels different.
It feels lighter.
Yes, a lot lighter. It's like you can breathe again because it was tough
and you're
there.
not stuck in a certain situation or rut. You can get out of it, you can move around, you can be social, and have positive results.
Have a good time with what you got.
Have a good time.
I
Get
agree.
out there, meet people, talk to
She's
people,
right.
connect with people, communicate, and also travel. It's great for travel.
Oh, here we go. And then
You
this
just have to watch the eclipses and the weather.
Let me tell you something about travel. I don't mind traveling, but with the way things are right now, with the price 115%, and not having people look at planes and planes running into fire trucks, I'm not too happy about going on a plane.
It is an air sign, so whenever we're in an air sign, we have to worry about aviation. But I think things will improve.
I hope so.
Things are going to improve greatly. We're in the last phase of Jupiter in Cancer, and things are going to improve. As soon as we get this Mars out of Aries, we're still going to have to deal with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. But definitely, once Jupiter goes into Leo, then the emphasis will be off the Aries planets, and things should start booming.
Okay.
And there you have it. Fantastic.
So let's be ready.
All right. And how do people find you?
I'm on Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook, and I'm the Cosmic Astrologer on TikTok.
Follow her. We follow Helen every Tuesday, and yes, the foundation fundraiser, always. We choose our date based on the way the planets are
Helen
in
date.
alignment. So coming out, support us. Helen's going to be there also.
Yes, come and ask her a question or two.
I'll be there.
She'll
Maybe
be
we'll
there.
hold a table to stay on, so I'll light a candle.
All right. It just,
And Uncle Mike's, I don't think so.
Oh, I could.
things are
Might
going to get
be.
better. They're getting better.
They're getting better. They're getting better.
But I feel like sometimes when the planets go, there's still, it needs a couple days to settle down is what I'm finding. As they transit, it doesn't happen like on that day. There's still some rough edges sometimes that need to smooth out.
Right, so the transits are 30 degrees, that's 12 signs in a circle is 30 degrees per sign. So as the planets change signs, they're like growing to the influence, they're like expanding and accelerating the influence. It may not happen the day they enter the sign, but a lot of times you'll find that the energies have shifted and opportunities are there to do what you wanted to do that you couldn't do before. But you got to give them a little chance to get into at least 2, 3, 5, 10 degrees of the sign when the influence is solid and the aspects start occurring in order to figure out what's really happening. But in the meantime, prepare.
Prepare.
Write your business plan.
We're going to write one.
It's easy to write deals now, too, you told me, right?
Yes.
Everything's a go?
Yep.
All right, so that's good news right there. Take advantage of the good, because when the bad is around you, you can't move. You know what that's like. We're out of that. Let's go the other way. And I know it's changed because my partner all of a sudden said, oh, let's go start doing more remotes here and there and there and here. And, it's been a while since you said that.
It's been a while
Been a
since
while.
there's been opportunities for that. But yeah, get out there. The Mars and the planets in Aries are positive with the Pluto in Aquarius, is positive with the Uranus in Gemini. So the masculine influence is there, and the masculine influence in planets is to be extroverted, to be gregarious, to think outside the box, to brainstorm, and to multitask.
All right, so let's do that.
Right up my alley. All right, follow Helen Archer on Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook and on TikTok, and every Tuesday right here at the studio. We've got a full show of elements, commercials, music that the crew has created, so more to come on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday. and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue in Boca Raton.
Looking for great coffee and a place to unwind? Come to Tiki Coffee and Desserts. We serve gourmet coffee made fresh, rich espresso, smooth lattes, and handcrafted specialty drinks made just the way you like them. Pair it with one of our delicious desserts, from creamy cheesecakes to fresh pastries and sweet treats made to satisfy every craving. No matter what you're in the mood for, you can trust that it's been prepared with care and quality ingredients. Enjoy a warm, welcoming atmosphere where our friendly staff make you feel right at home the moment you walk in. Whether you're meeting friends, taking a break, getting some work done, or simply treating yourself, Tiki Coffee and Desserts is the perfect stop. Don't miss out on an irresistible experience you'll want to come back to again and again. Tiki Coffee and Desserts, the hottest new coffee shop in Boca.
At AM2 TV, we don't just create content, we produce experiences. From concept to final cut, we bring your vision to life with cinematic quality and precision. Whether it's music videos, branded content, or live productions, we make it stand out. AM2 TV, where your vision gets amplified.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On this day, in 1503, the Battle of Chirinola is fought. It is noted as one of the first European battles in history, won by small arms fire using gunpowder. On this day, in 1881, Billy the Kid escapes from the Lincoln County Jail in Mesilla, New Mexico. On this day, in 1967, boxer Muhammad Ali refuses his induction into the United States Army to protest the Vietnam War and is subsequently stripped of his championship and license. The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, recorded in Abbey Road Studios, goes to #1 of the US Billboard chart, beginning a record-breaking 741-week chart run.
There you have the pleasures. The pleasure is already there.
The pleasure. So Cara Harpist and her band and Second Street Bagels in Delhi have been huge huge supporters of the cafe and Aunt Meaty and the foundation since we met them right after COVID when they opened. And they're opening their second location. It should be any day now. And they said anything we want, we can go up there. They're going to build a stage, and it's right here near Mike's, actually. I think like right across the street somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's across the street, sir.
Somewhere in that area.
Should be fine.
So we're going to be able to be there over the summer. We're going to be on the road a lot this summer. Wow, did I really just say that?
I know, I pointed it out before.
Did I really just say that again?
I'm amazed.
I don't know why. It must be this Jupiter in wherever it is, Uranus.
Your Jupiter and Uranus.
My Jupiter is in Uranus. So join us. That is The Pleasures and Creeper Jr. and of course John Justice Parker. So we got to get some music of John that we have from the studio.
I'll call him today.
So we'll make a clip on that, and we can put it all together and do a whole music segment.
Excellent. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the movie.
All right, Abigail, you ready to roll the movie?
Yes.
Give us a little background as to what we're at.
Well, I wrote it back in, let me just make sure my hair is okay. It wasn't okay before.
It's fine.
I wrote it back in January of 2025. I started it and then I finished it in March. It's kind of a commentary piece on the, I can't talk all of a sudden. It's kind of a commentary on how people have misused psychological terms that they have no business using, and they kind of just accuse anybody who like slightly does them wrong of like being a narcissist. And so, you know, I feel a lot of frustration about that. As someone with a psychological background, I don't appreciate how people like co-opt these terms that they think they mean things that they don't. And so, The film is a bit of a satire. It's about a girl who armchair diagnoses her friend with narcissism and decides to take some drastic action as a result.
Excellent. Now, some of this material has the F-bomb in it. Do not get offended. I didn't want to clean it up. I didn't want to change it. I wanted to air it the way she did it. So don't get offended by it. Just cover your ears, about 3 or 4 of them. No harm, no foul.
I think there were more than 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, whatever. I stopped counting.
All right, let's roll it.
I don't necessarily believe that anyone deserves to die. I do believe that all narcissists deserve to be shot. I consider myself to be a reasonable, mature human being. You know, I'm approachable. Anyone can come up and talk to me because I really do try to be a nice and kind person. It's important to try. That's actually why I got this mindfulness app, which I'd show you, but I don't have my phone on me. Anyway, I had seen a couple of my mutuals using it, and I thought, now there is a good, useful app. And like, I don't know how much I actually got around to using it. You know, I'm just so busy these days, but it's a nice thought, you know, like a good first step. You have to at least have intent. Most people, they don't really have intent. They don't even care. I actually told my friend Sarah about the app. Well, she's my ex-friend. We don't really talk anymore, but that's, well, I'll get into it. Anywho, I told my friend about this app, but she didn't seem really interested. So I had to insist on it. You know, if anyone needs it, it's her. So she asked me.
So it's good? Like, it's helped you?
Well, I haven't actually used it at all, but my moods really do swear by it. And then she like totally derails. She says, "What's a mood?" And so I called her out on it because she's always changing the subject, and honestly, it feels a little egotistical. She is so egocentric. So anyway, she says she's not really interested in the app, especially if I haven't used it. And then she calls me a hypocrite. Like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to help her improve herself, and now she's insulting me. Like, hello, I am not the bad guy here. At least I got the mindfulness app. You know what I mean? Like, bad people, they don't care about being mindful. I do. It's the intent that counts. Well, eventually she caves and she gets the app. But then she doesn't even use it. She says,
"There's too many ads."
Like, are you actually joking? You can't sit through a few short little ads even if it means improving yourself? Give me a break. So anyway, we don't really talk after that. You know, I made it pretty clear that I needed space. And I'm a fair person, you know? I give credit where credit is due. I'm not trying to villainize her or anything. God, no. She does do a pretty good job at respecting my boundaries. You know, she doesn't text me or anything. But fucking then, she does the most out-of-pocket, manipulative shit I've ever seen. Like, honestly, I don't even think I can do justice to all that she said, but basically, she's like, "Hey, happy 19th birthday. I hope you're having an awesome day. I know you wanted space, but I wanted to let you know that I was thinking of you. I'm still trying to understand what all went wrong, and honestly, I feel a little hurt myself. But I'm trying to make sense of these feelings. Still, I'm sorry that I upset you, and I'm so sorry for not giving the app more of a shot. I guess it was important to you, and maybe I should have tried to indulge you a little better. I just wish we could have handled it a little more maturely. But what's done is done, and I just want you to know that I still care about you, and I'm wishing you the best on your special day." I love you. I'm sorry, what? Literally, how much audacity do you have to send that to me on my birthday? I'm thinking of you? What kind of stalker shit? I mean, can you believe that? Oh, and the way she gives that half-assed apology before trying to shift all the blame onto me, and then following that with, "I love you and I care about you." I'm not crazy, right? Like, this is classic love bombing, right? Literally trying to get my guard down by saying a bunch of nice words and crap. Well, that shit doesn't work with me, I'll tell you that. So, anyway, I ignore her, and then I block her because, honestly, I just wanted to forget it all. And I was just so done with that girl. That is until a couple weeks ago when I was at home bedrotting, just scrolling through TikTok, and then all of a sudden I started getting these videos about covert narcissism. Now, I am in no way a mental health professional, but that doesn't mean I can't educate myself on these things. Like, it's important to stay informed. So I click on the narcissistic abuse tag, and as I'm swiping, I start to realize a lot of this feels really familiar. Love bombing, manipulation, issues with boundaries, jealousy. Dude, Sarah can be so jealous. Like, this one time I had to tell her off because she complained about how much I talk about my boyfriend. First of all, I'm so sorry that I'm so uninteresting that I can only talk about the one good thing in my life. No, that's totally my fault. Aren't I just the worst? Second of all, jealousy much? I mean, it's not my fault she's never had a successful relationship, which, by the way, is telling. Like, I'm not making any diagnoses, but when someone can't get along with others, it's weird. And, it's so dangerous too, because these people fly completely under the radar. And they're smart about it too. Like, this one video I was watching, this guy was talking about how narcissists tend to be intelligent, articulate, and confident. Like, they lure you in by making you think that they're, like, normal, maybe even trustworthy. Like, they know what they're talking about, but the whole time, they're just using you for their own agenda. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he actually had some really interesting information. I was thinking about buying some of his books. Anyway, I was thinking about all this, and I start to realize, oh my gosh, Sarah prides herself on her intelligence. Like, she always has to be the smartest person in the room, and she can never talk like a normal fucking person. Genuinely, half the time she sounds like a robot. And for what? To make you feel stupid? I'll say it again, I am not a psychologist, but it doesn't take a psychology degree to notice these things. I don't want you to go getting the wrong idea. Just because someone is diagnosed with narcissism does not automatically make them a bad person. Like, actions speak louder than words. A narcissist can totally go to therapy to fix themselves and make sure they don't hurt more people. Everyone can change. Even bad people. So anyway, after learning a bit more, I decided to reach out to Sarah. But lo and behold, she has me blocked. So I tried talking to her sister, but she totally blows me off, which actually does not surprise me because I always kind of thought her sister was an enabler. But whatever, I'm persistent. So I tried emailing her, which was totally a low moment because, like, really, who uses email these days? But yeah, I said I needed to talk to her, and she completely ignores me. I do guess that makes sense because, like I said, email. No one uses it. But eventually, I go, hey, I'm a big girl. I can just go to her house. See, I'm not afraid of confrontation. Most people, they try to avoid conflict, they try to be nonchalant or whatever, but maybe people should be more chalant. Anyway, I show up at her house, and Sarah is not having it. What the fuck do you want? Did you read my email? Who uses email? Fair enough. That's besides the point. We need to talk. But Sarah doesn't want that. Of course she doesn't. She never does. Like, dude, I get it. Confrontation is scary, but you're a grown fucking adult and you need to get over yourself. But whatever. I don't have time for childishness. So I give her an ultimatum. And look, I know ultimatum is a scary word and a lot of people don't like giving them. But sometimes you have to. If it's to preserve your own mental health, if a relationship is straining you, then you're out of there. You don't owe anyone anything. What? You and I talk right now or we're done. You got that? You know, she actually has the audacity to think about it. Like, girl, what's not clicking? You can either swallow your pride or I can walk away and we never talk to each other again. It's a simple choice. Well, finally she lets me in. And we're talking in the kitchen and I say to her, I'll cut to the chase. I think you're a raging narcissist and I think you should get that checked out. What? I guess that offends her, but that doesn't surprise me. Narcissists hate it when you call them out for what they are. But then she gets this hurt look on her face and already I'm thinking, ugh, she's gonna play the victim.
I was kind of hoping we could have a mature conversation.
I didn't mean it as an insult. I'm genuinely worried about you.
Oh. So, what TikTok did you pick that up from?
Ha ha ha, she's so funny. Don't you just love it when people act like they're so much better than you because they don't have TikTok? Like, yeah, we get it. You're so much better than everyone else. You're so special and unique. Do you want a fucking cookie? Like, shut up. Like, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, so I'm already bugging from this point. So I look at her and I say, you and I both know that you have a fucking problem and it's fucking selfish that you keep ignoring it.
What problem?
The one I just told you about. I don't know, maybe if she at least acted like she cared about what I was saying, I wouldn't have been so pissed. But she never listens. And she's never cared about anything I have to say, right? Like, just recently, it's the shit with the mindfulness app. But before that, it was a million other things. And, you know, the more I think about it, the more I realize this shit always happens to me. Like, I don't know what it is about me that attracts them, but every friendship I've ever had turns out to be toxic. Right? Like, I can't be making diagnoses or anything, but I wouldn't be so surprised if it turns out my ex was a narcissist. Or my best friend from high school. But, I mean, at least they were obvious with it. Sarah, she was subtle. Like, acting like she was slick or some shit. But I am so sick of being taken advantage of. I'm a nice person. I'm helpful. I'm good to these people, but, I mean, I guess that was my first mistake. Being a pushover. Fuck, I was so naive. But you know what? You can only push a girl so far before she snaps. And it was about time that I woke up. So I push her and I say, you're a fucking narcissist and you need to get that checked out. You're acting like a fucking bitch. I am not the bad guy. I'm the one who educated myself. I'm the one who tried to approach this maturely. I'm the one who got the fucking mindfulness app. I'm not the fucking bad guy. Apologize. You need to apologize.
Get the fuck out of my house, you fucking psycho.
And we're back. Look at her face. All right, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
You did a fantastic job. I probably would not have put it in the middle of our show, though. I would have probably done it as a standalone. But because it was so good, which is why I'm not, but it was fantastic. You did a great job.
Hey, I understand. I'm watching it. Like, I really do have my character swear a lot. That's actually something
It wasn't even the swearing. It was the end.
It was the knifing.
It was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the swearing was like the least of it compared to the action of what it was. But it was fantastic.
It was a movie.
Nice job.
Just so
so
that everybody knows.
Just so when you get home tonight, everyone's screaming at you, how could you put that in the middle of the midday show? Yeah.
Because my son's already texting me. That's all right. Listen, it is what it is.
You know, my coworker showed, like, she lets her 9-year-old son watch that.
Well,
yeah, he's my biggest fan. He turns it on in the living room TV. He watches it like every day.
it's just an interesting take on how people perceive an art form. Like, we went to the movies and watched some of the shoot 'em ups But the way they did it was...
Okay, I really got to take you to commercial break. You're like running away on this one. Yes.
It was a funny bit. The way they did it on purpose. They did it on purpose to be comical about it. No?
No. You did a great job.
Good stuff.
It was incredible how you did it. Your sister, I thought it was you with... She's beautiful. She's wonderful. The whole thing was great. How she learned her lines, the writing, the script. All of it. The film work, the editing. Nice job. Really, really nice job. How long did that take you to do?
I think the production itself took around 2 weeks, and then the editing a month, because I was procrastinating the editing. I didn't want to do it.
Was it for school?
No, it was a passion project.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice job.
And there's plenty of passion.
All right, so more to come. Abigail's going to be with us, so more to come on that and her passion projects and editing and film work and a whole nother side of production. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, I think we might have another element on Superhero Day. I can't imagine Fonzie didn't do Superhero Day.
He did.
He did. So we're going to see that, and we'll wrap it up. More to come. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to stop playing small and step into your highest self? This isn't just a book club. It's a call to action. No fluff, no excuses, just growth. Actually, growth with some super cool people with a shared intention. Join us live at the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show Wednesdays at noon and become the greatest version of you. For more information, go to ubuntufishgallery.com. You be you, NTU, fishgallery.com.
Imagine this. A loved one, a son or a daughter, has just suffered from a life-threatening accident. They're transported to a state trauma hospital, and despite being in the care of professional physicians, they tragically pass away due to preventable medical errors. As if this was not tragic enough, then finding out that legal statutes in the state of Florida devalue your loved one's life to zero. This is what we are fighting against. Come join Edward Salazar as he discusses the issues surrounding free kill laws and how to resolve them. Catch The Fight Against Free Kill Laws with Ed Salazar on Monday, 5 p.m. on all social media. Learn who we are and join our cause today.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Today is National Superhero Day, a moment to celebrate the characters who remind us what strength, courage, and heart really looks like. Superheroes inspire us not because they're invincible, but because they choose to rise every time they fall. They show us that bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's pushing forward despite it. Superheroes remind us that anyone can make a difference, that doing the right thing matters, and that even the smallest act of courage can change everything. So today, celebrate the heroes who inspire you to be bold, be kind, and be unstoppable. And I'm celebrating the best way I know how, by dancing in my Deadpool costume.
I met her in the parlor where the money meets the dollar. And jackpot times were so much fun, we'd jump around and holler. Once in a while we'd win a pile and we'd dance and sing and play. Then we're back again with a mighty glow, 'cause we know there's another day. We watch our numbers with bated breath, but still we're holding hands, 'cause I know if we win or lose, I'll always be her man. Now I play with her and her friends, but we ain't just playing bingo. We're having fun both night and day, and I call her my Lady Bingo.
That was incredible. All right, so those are just some elements and sponsors of the event that we're having on Tuesday, May 12th. That was Peter Tracy, PHT Live, Lucky Lady Bingo. So check out his YouTube channel. He's got a whole lot of fun things, a lot of music, and a lot of viewers.
Now, you saw the cartoon piece, because we are getting into animation and cartoons. I still got to talk to him. I want to know how he did all that. Also, we are going to start making websites for people, and they're working on the commercial piece. I was going to have him do it today, but apparently we're nowhere near that.
How did we run out of time?
Because we ran out of time.
Amazing.
But more to come on the websites. You got to get your groove on. We're going to start doing them as well as the social media and everything else that we do. And you just put another feather in the cap.
And join us Friday at La Mesa.
Oh, yeah. Join us this Friday at La Mesa. Make it around 11:30, 12 to be continued. But come on out, have some fun, and let's chit-chat about what we should do in the summer.
Getting ready for summer. Yeah. All right. Have a great afternoon, everyone. I think we got everything in for now. More to come tomorrow. There's more music, more segments, more elements that we ran out of time to play today. So the Pleasures, John Justice Parker and Creeper Jr. are all performing on Tuesday, May 12th. QR code. Can you pop up that QR code? Right there. Scan the QR code, get your tickets, make a donation, support our youth in media production right here at AMP Media Productions and the Futures Foundation. Have a great afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.